Today is really super exciting because normally we are at our property in northern Italy working on our 700-year-old stone barn, converting that into our dream home, chipping away at that mountain, harvesting that stone, building up a new room, a retaining wall, that beautiful massive fireplace, and that special new project, the fountain. But today we have the distinct privilege of being here in northern Portugal with our dear friends, the newbies, and I have the opportunity to build here, learn from building with a different type of stone, a different type of building technique. And what I've loved so much is the opportunity to learn from our Italian stonemasons. But today I get to work with Marcus, a Portuguese stonemason, and learn from him his techniques, the traditional techniques of how they build old stone houses here in Portugal.
Nearly 3 years ago, we were introduced to our dear friends, the newbies. John and Tara are building a wonderful life in Portugal, along with their two young boys, Crusoe and Sawyer. Years ago, they came and visited us as we began building in Italy, and now, after years of waiting, we finally have the chance to come out and visit them at their new build in Portugal.
Well, this is exciting. We've been talking about visiting the newbies for going on 2 years now, and we're just now pulling up. I think we've just pulled up to the beginning of the cobblestone road that we watched them build on YouTube. This is a nice little spot here.
Oh, I see the house.
There it is.
Oh, I see John.
Mr. John Newby.
Yay.
Here we go.
Yay.
Mr. John Newby. How are you, man?
I am well.
Good to see you. I heard you need some help.
Yeah, I'm arriving very shortly.
Awesome.
Hey, John,
Come here, Reggie.
After nearly 3 years of watching these guys on YouTube and 2 years of planning to come here, we're finally here, and it's so weird watching someone on YouTube, yeah guys? And then coming to their house and being like, whoa, like I've been watching you guys for so long, I just want to dive straight into the work, and there's guys working in the background. I'm ready to get to work.
Me too.
All right, so we have just shown up on property and we are diving straight into it. I'm excited to learn today because I'm used to working with Italian stonemasons, but today I have the distinct privilege of being here on the newbies property working with Portuguese stonemasons. And we have a very special delivery today of some beautiful stone that they're getting ready to build their house here in Portugal. So I know a lot of you guys have been watching the newbies videos just like I do, but if you haven't, they've been struggling picking out the right color of stone. But today is super exciting because this is the very first delivery of the proper color stone to build their stone house here in Portugal. This is a completely different type of stone that I even know how to use, than I've ever even seen or worked with. But it's beautiful stone. I'm looking forward to seeing how they stack this up, how they shape it. We're gonna shape it by hand, but then build using a crane. Learning all kinds of new things today.
So we actually left Italy this morning at about 3 o'clock in the morning. So we are a bit sleepy. Bradey has so much energy. He is so excited to get to work. I have been enjoying more of a quiet morning, hanging out with Tara and drinking some coffee and chatting. And the girls have been playing with the boys, and it's been so much fun so far. We can't wait to do some more stuff with these guys. Hi, you having fun?
Yeah, there's definitely a language barrier for me. John's got a leg up on me. But I'm learning that quite a lot of the Italian words that I know translate loosely to Portuguese. So I keep asking if I can help. I'll just say posso. It turns out to be the same word in Portuguese as it is in Italian. It's close enough. They get the idea.
It is so fun watching the kids play together while the guys are working. The kids are playing in the treehouse and doing some crafts and things and having so much fun.
Put all of them over there, and he says no, 8. Okay, now I'm confused.
You don't have a crane,
Yeah, we don't have a crane.
but you've got one of those fancy wheelbarrows. Man,
Well, I had one of those fancy wheelbarrows. It's currently out of commission.
is it?
The pull rope to start,
Yeah.
I pulled too hard on it.
Yeah.
snapped the rope in half.
Oh,
I don't know how to fix it.
So when you finish your project, what are you going to do with that?
I'll ship it to you.
Yeah, I see. We can make a fun video about you driving it across Europe. You know, man drives wheelbarrow across Europe to help friend.
So there's so many fun tools here that I don't have ever the opportunity to play with, such as a crane. So usually we'll have to, with all of our outdoor props, just carry them by hand. But instead we're just sorting them into piles. Then we're gonna tie everything up and hoist them up with a crane, carry them over the top of the house and deliver them exactly to where we need to. They've got things made here. I'd ride that thing all the way up there. Think he'd let me? Just jump on there and ride up there with it? Come on. It's fun stuff.
The crane went mad the other day.
No way.
Yeah, it literally went mental and it started like swinging a rock around the pavement. The thing, it nearly took out our electrics.
This right here in the background, this makes me jealous. I cannot wait to get to the stage where we actually have a lawn. We have grass. Right now it's just a muddy, dirty mess on our property because obviously we're dealing with a construction site, but this gives me hope that someday we'll have grass shining through again. So John and I are gonna start shaping these stones because tomorrow it sounds like they're gonna be building the wall with them.
Okay.
But I think what will be helpful is if we look on both sides and decide which side would be faced.
Okay, cool.
Because then we're only gonna chisel one side of them so it will be safe.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think straight away the other side.
Yeah, the other side's way better. Yeah.
And as it ages, especially like around the trees where there's shade,
Yeah.
you'll get a lot of these. Oh, this is obviously dirt, but you'll get like earthy textures, just like the stone down on the lawn. Like it's kind of gotten a little bit earthy.
Yeah.
Good, Mr. Goodman. Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay. So cool watching and learning from a master, right? How long has he been doing this?
All of his life, I think probably since he was able to hold a hammer.
Yeah.
Marcus is very, very good.
It's such a different technique than what I've learned in Italy, and man, it's really, really cool to learn from him. Look at that. We could never move a stone like that, even with 3 or 4 guys. To have a crane here where it just becomes a press of a button, that makes life not just easy, but it makes work fun. We're currently working to take some of this stone and use it for some steps and some landscaping coming up to the house, and then soon we'll start using this stone as the walls.
Well done, Bradey.
Obrigado, sì?
Obrigado.
Obrigado. So this is granite. It's obviously very different than the stone that we're used to using in Italy. And with the stone in Italy, if I were to attack it this way, it would just crumble. So I'm used to using small hammers and a chisel, but with large stones like this, with granite, it wouldn't do anything. So you actually have to shape everything with a sledgehammer. A little bit more tiring, a good aerobic workout. So the stone on our property, we harvested on property using a jackhammer and an excavator that all broke away from the mountain that we're now currently building on. This stone was harvested the normal way using saws in a mine, so it comes a little bit more uniform. And I know what John and Tara don't want is harsh edges on all of these stones and completely uniform rectangular pieces of stone. So what we're doing today is kind of rounding off all of the edges, as well as changing the shape a little bit of every stone so that when they're ready to assemble the wall, the stones are closer to being ready. I'm loving this safe little spot for the kids to hang out and play. John built this little tree house for them back here. And currently it's got the best view of the construction going on, so the kids can kind of hang out here, build their stuff, and have a nice view of the house being built in the background. Oh my goodness, did you kids make this today? Yeah. That's a lot of work.
What do you think?
That was just the most ridiculous thing I've ever attempted.
I love that you tried though. That was such an inspiration to me.
Look at
That's
this.
one.
This is special. A blueberry
There we go.
pancake breakfast with a construction site in the background. You guys are living the dream
What
here.
dreams are made of.
Well, thank you so much for making us breakfast.
Yes, it's amazing.
I hope there's enough.
Well, good morning. It's a lovely, peaceful morning here back on the farm at the Newbies property in Northern Portugal. And today, before we get stuck into the work, we've kind of taken a relaxing, peaceful morning. And I've been walking around admiring the beauty of the property, all of the beautiful landscaping that John and Tara have put in. John has a bit of an obsession with flowers and beautiful, pristine lawns and all of the landscaping that he's done. I'm definitely inspired by and also a little bit jealous of. And I've just been focusing on the work so much, and to see that he's been spending his nights and weekends making this area look beautiful amidst the chaos of the construction just makes me excited to get to the point where we can start planting flowers and planting grass and working outside and taking the currently mud pit that we have outside of our stone house in Italy and making it look fresh and nice. But with that, I've had my coffee, I've had my walk around. It's time to get back to work. We're jumping straight into things this morning with the very first stone being laid for the wall. A privilege to be here for the very first stone. I'd love to get stuck in and start helping, start shaping stones, start placing stones, but I think I need to sit back and watch and learn because this is a technique that I know nothing about, to be honest. So I'm very happy to sit back, watch, learn, and then get stuck in and help. Oh, you're gonna have to move. Nice.
This is really cool because you can actually see the difference between the colours of the stone. So one of the things that Tara and I have been through, one of the journeys that Tara and I have been through is making sure we pick the right colour stone for the build. You don't want to build an entire house out of the wrong colour stone. So what we did first of all, we decided we wanted to build the house out of reclaimed stone, which we've done kind of. One wall in here. We couldn't build the entire house out of that stone because it was just too brittle and it was breaking a lot. So then we got this stone here, which we put the first layer down, and as we were putting it down, we looked at it and no, it's just totally the wrong color. We can't have a blue-gray house. We really, really, really want a yellow house. And so this new stone arrived yesterday with Bradey. Great timing, and I'm delighted by it. It looks absolutely fantastic.
So it's been so good being here in Portugal, visiting the Newbies, not just because we get to visit our friends or help out here on the build and learn something new, but also because of the travel element of visiting a new city. And anytime we're traveling internationally, we make sure to download an eSIM from our channel partner, Olafly. If you aren't aware, Olafly is an eSIM provider that offers cell phone plans to 200 destinations worldwide with unlimited data. Traveling without being connected can be very stressful. You need access to your itinerary, directions, access to all of your bookings and reservations, and sometimes even before you officially enter the country, you need access to those reservations to get through immigration, which means you need internet access. And having an eSIM installed on your phone is the only way to make sure that your phone works immediately upon landing, which is why before we ever leave the country, we make sure to use Olafly to download an eSIM. That way our phones work literally immediately upon landing on the tarmac. We've been using Olafly long before they were a channel partner, primarily because their plans offer unlimited data and because it's just simply so much easier to use. When you have a limited amount of time for your vacation, you don't want to be wasting time waiting in a long line looking for a physical SIM card and then worrying about losing the original physical SIM card and the original number. With Olafly, you can download a digital version of a SIM card. And in fact, they offer regional SIM cards as well. So if you're traveling to multiple countries in Europe, for example, you can have one eSIM to cover multiple countries during your trip. So on your next vacation, don't get hit with roaming charges or get stuck without a cell phone plan. Make sure to download Olafly today. You can check out the link in the description below or scan the QR code on screen now. And if you use the coupon code Voyagers, you'll get an extra 5% off your purchase or top up. Thank you so much to Olafly for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back at it. So what's fun about stonework is there are very few tools that you actually need. You need a good hammer, a good chisel, but the most important tool you need is a string line. Back in Italy, we pound stakes into the ground and then run our string line against those stakes, but he's got a pretty cool setup here where he has a piece of rebar that's pinching around the stone. That way he can move the string line a lot faster, and I'm slowly picking up fresh tips and techniques that I can bring back to Italy. So I mentioned that I wanted to sit back, watch, and learn the first couple of stones, but before I knew it, we've got about 9 or 10 stones laid. That first course is going down so fast, and they just picked up the first stone that Mr. John Newby himself shaped up.
Isn't that cool? I love it, I love it, I love it. We'll see where it goes. Hopefully in the most prime position ever, but that's really special. Really, really special.
Posso direitinho, né?
Good work. Oh, that's gone.
Yeah,
Is it done?
there we go. Oh, it's a beautiful stone too. Yeah, man.
Very good, very good. I bet
Good
you're very
stuff.
pleased with that, hey?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Look at that. Well, this is just too cool. I didn't expect that we'd be able to get suited up and come over here and check out the bees. Guys, this is freaking me out.
This is so cool, isn't it?
A little panicky right now. I'm just worried they're gonna like crawl up my shirt. Oh my goodness. No.
So John and Tara have a collection of bees here. They're raising bees, which I think is amazing. I love bees. I love honey. I love what they do for the environment, and it's so exciting to be here and get to see this. This is the first time I've ever been around bees in this way, and you'll see them like popping even into the camera right now. It's crazy, but oh my goodness, what an amazing thing to see close up, and I really want to have bees. I'm so excited to do this someday.
Okay. It's pollen.
Okay.
If there's lacking pollen in the colony, they won't go between those not doing it.
So apparently the smoke actually makes them think that there is a forest fire going on. That's what those smells will trigger, kind of a protective response in them. So instead of them being aggressive, they kind of go into this protective mode so they're less likely to sting. And even though we have this protective gear on, they can still attempt to sting us, which would kill them. So we want to protect them as much as possible, and the smoke is what does that.
I'm a bit panicky because I don't have the right protective gloves on.
I gave you one.
It didn't fit, so I'm using construction gloves. So we've got our outdoor kitchen, but you've got a proper outdoor kitchen cooking up some salmon fillets, is it?
Yeah, that's right. My wife won't let me cook salmon in the house.
I don't blame her. It smokes quite a lot.
It does, this will anyway. Give me a half an hour and we'll have a nice supper.
So John and Tara took us away for a little bit of an adventure, and while they were gone, they built up quite a bit of this wall behind me, and John's over there cooking us a lovely salmon dinner, and while we're waiting, I'm going to finish up a little bit of this corner edge, as this corner over here, they've left exposed a sawn edge, which is meant to be chiseled away. So I'm going to quickly just kind of chisel back away those saw marks and leave the rough edge here. But first off, check out this hammer. Apparently they use a rounded mallet like so, because when you hit your fingers, apparently it hurts less. I would just say just don't hit your fingers. Usually I would chisel this side before it ever went into the wall.
Yeah.
So when he comes back tomorrow morning, I'm going to take care of this for him. Like, I need a separate chisel for this side. And then I just want to learn, like, how's he going to handle this edge? Because I just don't know how. I'll kind of come in like this. So let it bite. And then it'll break away.
Okay.
But they just need to be sharpened a little bit because they're just not biting quite enough.
Good morning from beautiful Northern Portugal. We are so excited to be here again with the newbies, but this is our last day being able to hang out here with them, which makes me so sad. I'm not sure if we've been able to capture it well enough, but we really do love these guys. They are some of our dearest friends, And it's always really sad to leave when we've been able to be together.
Today's gonna be an exciting one because not only are we gonna be continuing building up that stone wall, but later on Mario's coming. A lot of you guys know Mario. He's gonna bring his digger and we're gonna work on the biopool, placing some large boulders around that biopool. Chloe, what are you up to?
Filling up a water can, I'm gonna water this.
Is this like a dream playground for you with all these flowers? Yeah, it's a lot of work, isn't it?
So I can see it already. Sat here in the afternoons, watching the mountains change colour as the sun sets. Cup of tea in hand.
So
Kids
beautiful.
are down there playing.
Yes. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be perfect.
It is very, very cool. So this is our veranda, and the kind of, we're gonna have a cover on it and 3 stone arches, like I showed you on the picture.
Yes.
And then this was like an after extension, but a little balcony that comes around the house, around this side, with big stairs that go down to that couch where Alexa's sitting. And then this space is our living room dining area, and we're gonna have like a reading nook bay window at the back there.
Oh my goodness, I love that.
And then that goes into the kitchen, and the kitchen is kind of, it's got a really cool view. Come and have a look if we can get across there. Yeah. Kitchen in this corner, and there's going to be like big windows all the way around that side so that we can see the driveway and we can see people coming in and stuff.
Yes.
And then a nice big arch coming out onto the veranda.
And that will be out of stone,
Yeah,
right?
all out of stone.
That'll be so pretty.
Yeah,
oh
really
my goodness,
cool, isn't it?
I love that.
And we're at such an exciting phase with it now because the stonework is just starting. You know, they've just started laying those first stones. We're now like 3 stones up. And over the next week or so, they're going to be putting in the like concrete beams on this floor, laying the floor of the next floor, because above us is 4 bedrooms.
Oh my goodness.
And the second floor. So
It's gonna be amazing.
It is going to be good, isn't it? Yeah. From here, it's just going to be stone going up for 2 floors, and I'm so
It'll be
excited.
gorgeous. I can't wait to come back when this is all finished.
We'll actually have space to have you to stay.
It's a digger day. I'm trying to get Mario to the right place. I really wanted him to go around that way instead of around that way because we're trying to grow stuff and he's going to go and rip it all up with his tires. But I can't get Mario down this way because it's too steep there. And I think the boys have run off with the key to the gate to let him pass through the road.
It's a digger day today. Mario and his famous digger have shown up. John and Tara have built a beautiful biopool here, which we'll tell you a little bit more about later, but today we're gonna be placing some giant, massive boulders inside of that biopool.
This is going to be a long afternoon.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Why are you falling in, Bradey?
You know, if the Americans aren't coming in, I'm going to go it alone. You know?
You can have one American, how's that?
That's it. No, I haven't done that. I was just going to have some
They made us build an ice bath in front of their house and go for a swim in it.
I gave you clean water. Change my mind, I don't want to help anymore. Stay here. Right, down. Sorry, that's Italian.
Got it. Well, is that in?
Nice work,
Good
team.
job, guys.
Oh, Bradey, found a way to work with stone.
There we go.
Nice.
So they built this lovely biopool which has a concrete pool in the center of it, but then overflowing from that pool there'll be a beautiful landscaped water flowers, lilies, I don't know, you'll have to ask John about it, check out their channel. And all of those plants purify the water, so it allows you to have a natural clean swimming pond without having any chemicals, because the purpose of this pond is to store water. See, in this area you get 1 or 2 months of really heavy rainfall, and then the rest of the year is pretty much a drought. So the more water they can store on their property, the better it is for them. Oh, your time lapse.
Oh, be careful, be careful. Broken legs, please.
That looked fun.
I don't even know if I captured the whole thing because I was too nervous about it.
Yeah, I know, this is it. I often look up and the camera's like this, and I'm going, never mind.
So we're about out of stones to put along that edge of the pool down there with the biopool, and we've got this lovely pile of stone back here that's not quite the right color for the house, but it's the perfect color to match the existing stones that we have around that pool. They were just too wide. So the team is being kind enough to let us use the crane here to set out a bunch of stones out in the driveway here. I'm gonna see if I can split them and cut them up to be the right size for the bio pool.
Very nice.
That is very satisfying. Thank you. Obrigado. This bluestone is so much harder than the Yellowstone. I was shocked. The Yellowstone is so much easier to work with.
Does it look good?
Coffee break?
Yes. It's almost dinner time, I think, actually. It's been a full day.
We all fit? My lens is so
There
small.
we go, yeah, pretty much fitting.
I had a blast. I hope you guys had fun.
guys.
Thank you so
It
much
is
for having us. Really appreciate it.
Amazing time. And thank you, Bradey. Thanks for all of your help, your invaluable advice, and your talents.
Don't listen to any advice I gave.
Thanks for flying all the way
Just
across
no.
Europe.
No, it's been mega
Yeah.
to have you guys, and also just amazing. Like, it was such a pivotal moment to have you as well. Like, as our stone arrived, for you to also be like, yes, you should be excited. This is great.
Yeah.
You know, it was just, I don't know, it was perfect timing. We loved it.
I'm pumped for you guys. I've enjoyed it so much because it's like, this stuff is fun for me and you get to deal with all the stress. I just get to have fun. Like, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you aren't aware of the newbies, please go over their channel, check it out. They made 1 or 2 videos of fun adventures with us.
Yeah.
Go check it out. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next week.
Like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and
Leave a comment.
leave a comment.